Hello and welcome back to the show. I'm Julie Elstrup, your hostess, and today we have the big question that just might change everything for you. Before we get to that, there are some things that I'd like to share. We've got a little springtime happening in Colorado, which means we might have a windstorm one day. Oop, hands out. Might have a windstorm one day. We might have a snowstorm one day. So things are changing, and things change in the spring pretty rapidly. We're also already a couple weeks into Q2. We're filming this in April. And so I am giving you this question, giving you this gift, because I really think that it is a way that we can change the way we see ourselves, the way we show up in the world, and the way we look at our purpose. So I have been an educator, a photographer, my entire life, really, and I bring these talents and gifts and skills that I have learned to you in this weekly YouTube. I haven't decided to do it yet on a podcast, but I bring it to you in YouTube. And I like to inspire and motivate and also really activate your brilliance. What does that look like? So as a photographer, you may have seen that we've got the 40 over 40 project happening now, which is I'm photographing 40 women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, and better, as I like to say, to really show up in our brilliance. Because here's the thing, when we change the way we see ourselves, and that's what I'm talking about today in our challenge that I have for you. When we change the way we see ourselves, it can change everything in the world. It changes our perception, it changes the way we look at ourselves, which in turn changes the way we see the world. So it's a powerful, powerful experience. I'm going to put the link below. One of the things that I've added this year is I've added that we're creating a community. Before, I've done a celebration in the past, and what we're going to be doing this time is we're going to be creating a community that's going to meet for 4 months. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about what lights us up, personal and professional development, because when those two come together, we are able to go further and faster, and with a community, it makes it all better in a way that it couldn't be without a community. So the big question that changed everything for me, and I talked about this a little bit last week, but I maybe wasn't really clear enough. The clarity that I got that I wanted to share with you this week is, if you asked a friend, what are my unique abilities? What would that friend say? Now I'm going to challenge you when I have a photo shoot with women and we do this 40 over 40 portrait project, I ask women in their prep session, I ask them, what are 3 words that a friend would say about you? And that's great, right? And then when we're in the session, I ask them often, what lights you up? Because that brings about this inner spark that is deep inside of us. Some of us, it's on the surface and we can see it, and some of us not so much. And I believe, okay, so if you ask a friend, what are my unique abilities? Instead of what you think that friend would say, I would highly recommend, encourage, activate your brilliance at a higher level and a deeper level by asking a friend that you trust, a friend that you know will be honest with you, what are my unique abilities? And I did just that, and when I got the results back, I actually cried. And what I did is I sent a text message to my dear friend Jackie, and I asked her, what are my unique abilities? I didn't put any, like, give me 3 words. That's often what I do when we're doing the photo consultation. But I asked her in a text, And she sent back, I printed it, and I would recommend that you do this as well, that you print your results. I took it off the text. If you need help with that, I can help you with that too. Anyway, one of the things that she said, which is helping me to shift the way that I do business and the way that I'm working with my coaching clients, working with my photography clients, she said, you are a person, I'm going to get choked up when I say this. She said, you are a person that realizes that the true meaning of living a good life is learning and growing from everything. So I'm changing up things here. I'm changing our leadership accelerator to the Impact Incubator for women who want to live with more purpose, who want to live more deeply, who want to spread the value that you have in bigger, more brilliant ways. Because when we bring together personal development and professional development, that's when we can really take off and have an impact in the world that we maybe didn't even realize that we knew that we could have. Now, we still have proven processes, we still have success strategies, we talk about vision, we talk about purpose, we talk about clarity, we talk about confidence and courage, and lots of other proven practices and success strategies. I know a lot of people use the word hacks and tips. I don't really like those words because I feel really strongly that there aren't any hacks. There aren't any, well, maybe there are, but that's not what the people who I want to work with want. It is a dedicated commitment to look at yourself, look at your business, and become the top 1%, the highest version of who you are meant to be. So you can click the link below for more about the 40 over 40 project. You can also, you're invited to, I've got a confidence and courage workshop coming up. Like most of my workshops, they are absolutely no cost to you, and they are a ton of value. I've had great results from people who've attended them. So the link is below. Be sure that you register. Like I said, there is no cost, but you do need to register. We hold it on Zoom on Wednesday, Mountain Time, next Wednesday, Mountain Time. And your challenge for the week is to message a friend. Message somebody who knows you really well and ask, what are my unique abilities? Because that question, you might think you know the answer, and I think I know the answer of my unique abilities, and I do. However, I got so much more clarity and so much more confidence in what I offer. Oh, I didn't even notice this. I'm so into just sharing with you. I've got a plant growing out of my body, but in what I do, from asking that very simple and very powerful question. And I'd love to hear your results. If you would love to register for the Confidence and Courage workshop next week on Zoom, I'd love to have you join us. And of course, if you are interested in learning more about our coaching, there's a link for a complimentary clarity call. I don't have any nonsense or any craziness that I'm gonna bump up against you. And then, of course, the Brilliance Blueprint. So lots of things coming in today. It is spring. We are blooming in full bloom in our personal lives, in our professional lives. And until next week, I would love to hear below what you learn from asking the question, what are my unique abilities? Because that helps serve and guide us in how we show up in the world and how we live in our brilliance. Make it a great one, my friends.